Hello everyone, today in this very video we are going to deal with chapter number 13, and this very chapter is based on a very interesting story that is, and title of the story is Rikki Tikki Tavi, penned by famous Nobel laureate Rudyard Kipling, a British author. Okay, and he is famous for his all-time popular great story, great novel, that is Jungle Book. Okay, have you gone through Jungle Book? Of course, there will be few people in this world who has never gone through the very famous story Jungle Book. Okay, so this is a story about a brave young mongoose. Okay, and the challenges and dangers, the grave danger and challenges that he encountered during his lifetime. Okay, so let us explore how does that very brave young mongoose encounter the challenges and dangers that comes in his way. Okay, so we are going to explore in this very story. Okay, let us start the story. So here, what is here? See, this is the story of the great war that Rikki Tikki Tavi fought single-handed through the bedrooms of the big bungalow in Shagoli cantonment. Darji, the tailor bird, helped him, and Chuchundra, the muskrat, who never comes out into the middle of the floor but always creeps around by the wall, gave him advice, but Rikki Tikki did the real fighting. So what we got here, see. So here the narrator says the story of the great war, the story of the great war that Rikki Tikki Tavi fought single-handed. Okay, like in one man army he fought the war. Okay, of course there was some other character also who helped him by advising, suggesting, but practically they never take part along with him in the battlefield. Okay, so this character's name we got here. One is got Chuchundra. Okay, who is Chuchundra? Chuchundra is the red muskrat. Okay, red muskrat. Why does it call red muskrat? Because its texture of its nose is red. Okay, so it is called red nose. And another one character you got here, Darji, that is a tailor bird. Okay, tailor bird is tailor bird. Two more character you got. So you got about three character. One, first you got Rikki Tikki Tavi, the protagonist of this very story. Okay, the hero of the story. So Rikki Tikki Tavi is a mongoose. Okay, it's from a mammal family. Okay, and then we got two more characters. That is one we got here, that is Darji, that is tailor bird, and we got another one that is Chuchundra, that is a red musk rat. Okay, now see, this is a story of the great war that Rikki Tikki Tavi fought single-handed through the bedrooms of the big bungalow in Shagoli cantonment. Okay, in Shagoli cantonment, Shagoli. Okay, Shagoli is a name of a place. Okay, it locates in northern India, in Nepal and India border. Okay, Shagoli. Okay, name of a place. This very place locates in India and Nepal border. In northern India, you'll find this very place, Shagoli. And we got another one word here, cantonment. Okay, cantonment, that is military base, you can say, camp, cantonment. You can say camp. What kind of camp? Army camp, military camp. Okay, like our Assam rifle here. Is it? So, through the bedrooms of the big bungalow in Segoli cantonment. In Segoli cantonment, okay, in that very camp, there was a bungalow, and in the bedroom of that very bungalow, he fought the battle. Okay, Rikki Tikki Tavi fought the battle in a bathroom. And where is the bathroom? Bathroom is in a bungalow. And where is the bungalow? The bungalow is in Segoli cantonment. All right. Okay, now see. This Chuchundra, what kind of rat? Okay, the masked rat. Okay, and who never comes out into the middle of the floor, is very timid. Okay, very afraid of, always very scary. Okay, so he never comes out the middle of the floor, but always creeps around by the wall. Always creeps around by the wall, and he gave advice to Rikki Tikki Tavi. Okay, regarding his battle. Okay, now see. In the next paragraph, he was a mongoose, rather like a little kite in his fur and his tail, but quite like a weasel in his head and his habits. His eyes and the end of his restless nose were pink. He could scratch himself anywhere he pleased with any leg, front or back, that he chose to use. He could flap up his tail till it looked like a bottle dress, and his war cry as he scuttled through the long grass was Rikki Tikki Tikki Tick. How given? Rikki Tikki Tikki Tick. Okay, Rikki Tikki Tikki Tick. That is his war cry. So here in the second paragraph, the narrator, okay, describes the appearance of Rikki Tikki Tavi. How does Rikki Tikki Tavi look like? Okay, now see. First, he said he was a mongoose, rather like a little kite in his fur and his tail. So if you see his fur and his tail, by looking his furry body and his tail, he looks like a little cat. Okay, but quite like a weasel in his head and his habit. So, but his head, if you look at his head and his habits, okay, restless character. Okay, by this he looked like a weasel. Weasel is another one character we got here. This is not a character of the story, but is mentioned about the weasel. Weasel is a very famous mammal. Okay, very popular, common mammal. Okay, you'll find in any small wood in India, in our north, especially our northeast India. Okay, anywhere you'll find the what called weasel. Very often, most often, it is found in betel nut plants or any other plants, also fruits plants. You'll get the what called weasel, and they both look like same. Okay, a weasel and mongoose, they both, okay, look like same. Now see again what he says, the narrator says. His eyes and the end of his restless nose were pink. Okay, eyes and nose, restless nose. He always keeps sniffing the things. Okay, he always keeps sniffing the things. So this is restless nose, and his eyes, texture of his nose and eyes given pink. Now see, he could scratch himself anywhere he pleased with any leg, front or back, that he chose to use. Okay, that means he's versatile. Okay, he can use any of the four legs. Okay, out of four legs. Okay, he is very expert with each and every leg. Okay, so whatever, if he wants with the back legs, and if he wants with the front legs also, okay, he can scratch anything. So now again, when he could flop up his tail, he could flop up means what? Shaking. We got one more word, that is flop up. It is already there in your textbook. Okay, flop up means what? Shaking, shake, vibrate. Okay, so he could flop up his tail till it looked like a bottle brush. Okay, and his war cry as he scuttled. Okay, as he scuttled, as he moves in a rapid way. Okay, run with quick steps. Scuttle means what? Running with quick steps. Okay, as he scuttle, that is also a new word. Okay, scuttled, run with quick steps. Okay, so these mongoose whistle. Okay, this is their habit. They always run with a quick and short step. Okay, now see, and as his cattle trod the long grass was Rikki Tikki Tikki Tick. This is a war cry. Okay, now see in the next paragraph, what do you get? One day a high summer flood washed him out of the barrow where he lived with his father and mother. The real story begins from here. Okay, one day a high summer flood washed him out of the barrow where he lived with his father and mother, and carried him kicking and clucking down a roadside ditch. He found a little wisp of grass floating there and clung to it till he lost his senses. When he revived, he was lying in the hot sun in the middle of a garden path, very draggled indeed, and the small boy was saying, "Here is a dead monk. Let's have a funeral." Now what you got here, the real story begins from this paragraph. That means this Rikki Tikki Tavi used to live with his parents. Okay, but that very summer, okay, that very day of summer, okay, when a big flood came, okay, the high summer flood washed him out of the barrow where he lived with his parents. Okay, and he was almost drowned. Okay, now and drawn a roadside ditch. He was almost drawn a roadside ditch. Ditch means, drainage. Okay, so when he revived, when he got back his consciousness, he became unconscious there. Okay, he clung into, again you got here, he found a little wisp of grass. Okay, a little bunch of grass, a small bunch of grass. Okay, and he clung there, and later on he became senseless. Okay, then when he revived, when he got back his consciousness, he found himself, okay, that he was lying in the middle of a garden path. Okay, when he revived, he was lying in the hot sun in the middle of a garden path, very draggled indeed. Draggle means what? Dirty and muddy. Okay, wet. You can say draggle, dirty, muddy, wet, path. Okay, path means way, rude. Now see, garden path, very draggle indeed, and the small boy was saying, "Here's dead mongoose. Let's have a funeral." Okay. Now we got another one character, that is a young boy. Okay. We don't know who is this young boy, but we have got about a young boy, and the boy says, what the boy says? The boy says that, "Here is a dead mongoose. Let's have a funeral." "Now," said his mother, "let's take him in and dry him. Perhaps he is not really dead." So then the boy's mother said, No, don't do this. Bring him in and dry up him. Perhaps he's not dead." The two came into the house, and a big man picked him up between his finger and thumb and said he was not dead but half choked. Okay, he is suffocated. Okay, see, unconscious, half unconscious, you can say here, half choked. So they wrapped him in cotton wool and warmed him over a little fire, and he opened his eyes and sneezed. Okay, and he opened his eyes and sneezed. So what he found after, right? So when he got back his sense, consciousness, okay, he found himself wrapped in a blanket, okay, wrapped in cotton wool. He found himself wrapped in cotton wool. Okay, in that very British family lived in India. Okay, that boy and the father, this family is a British family. They lived in India. Now said the big man, he was an Englishman who had just moved into the bungalow. Don't frighten him, and I'll see what he'll do. So we have come to know that that family is a British family and who live in India. Okay, now here the narrator says us that, now said the big man, he was an Englishman who had just moved into the bungalow. Don't frighten him, and I'll see what he'll do. Okay, that Englishman told the young boy and the mother not to make the mongoose scared, not to scare Rikki Tikki, not to frighten him. Okay, don't frighten him, and I'll see what he'll do. Contraction, see, we'll see. Actually, we will see. Contraction, I'll see. Elision, is it? See what he'll do. What he'll do. Okay, what he'll do. That means what he will do. What he will do. He will do. He'll do. Since British man, they don't talk like us. He will do. Okay, they talk in their own accent. They'll say, "I'll do." Now, it is the hardest thing in the world to frighten a mongoose because he is eaten up from nose to tail with curiosity. Okay, curiosity. The motto of all the mongoose family is run and find out. And Rikki Tikki was a true mongoose. He looked at the cotton wool, decided that it was not good to eat. Ran all around the table, sat up and put his paw in order, scratched himself and jumped on the small boy's shoulder. "Don't be frightened, Teddy," said his father. "That's his way of making friends." Okay, now we have come to know the name of that young boy. Till now we were saying young boy. We have been saying young boy, but now we have learned that the young boy is called what? Called Teddy. Okay, the name of the young boy is what? Teddy. Okay, and that British man, Englishman, is his father. and that English woman is his mother, okay, his parents. So what you got here in this paragraph, see, it is so mongoose. This here the narrator says us that it's very difficult to make a mongoose afraid, frightened, okay, because they are always very curious, full of curiosity. Curiosity means what? Inquisitiveness, na? Curiosity means what? Inquisitiveness, the desire to know the things, discover the things, okay, desire to know, desire to explore everything. That is called curiosity, okay. Now see, a mongoose is full of curiosity, okay. What they do, the work they do in their life, they run in and out, and they just run and they find out the things, okay. That is their business, okay. Now, and Rikki Tikki was a true mongoose. He looked at the cotton wool, decided it was not good to eat. So cotton wool, that he was wrapped with a cotton wool, and looked at him, okay, and this is their habit, whatever they find, okay, they'll bite it, okay, but if they'll snip it, okay. So he decided it was not good to eat, so he left it, and leaving that he ran all around the table, sat up and put his fur in order, scratches himself, and jumped on the small boy's shoulder. See, this picture also given here, small boy's shoulder. Can see now? Okay, now see. Ouch! He's tickling under my chin, said Teddy. Tickling, that means it's a sense of irritation, is it? A sense of irritation. It is suppose not very, you don't get hurt, okay, but you feel little uneasy. Suppose if someone put a small piece of thread, okay, in your nose, okay, inside your nostril, so within the hole of your nostril, so what will happen? You will feel a tickling sensation, okay. If suppose someone put a small thread, something, or a small hair like something into your ear, so what will happen? You will feel a tickling sensation. Getting me? You will feel little uncomfort, you will feel little uneasy, okay. You will get a irritating sensation, irritation, but it's not very harsh, okay. Getting me? Okay. Now see, in the next paragraph, Rikki Tikki looked down between the boy's collar and neck, snuffed at his ear, and climbed down to the floor where he sat, rubbing his nose. So what he did, Rikki Tikki, after jumping, okay, into the shoulder of Teddy, what he did, he looked down between the boy's collar and neck, then snuffed at his ear. Snuffing means blowing out. We snuff a lamp, okay, we slump, or sometime what we do, snuff means with your nose, when you inhale something, okay, with your nose when you inhale something. Exhalation and inhaling we are doing continuously, but I'm not talking about that kind of inhalation, that when you inhale and it in a little louder way, it in an audible way, it creates a sound. This is the way, okay. So it makes a sound. So this is what called Rikki Tikki looked down between the boy's collar and neck, snapped at his ear, and see, snapping into his ear. The picture also, it's shown in the picture. Ear, and climbed down to the floor where he sat, rubbing his nose. Good gracious, said Teddy's mother, and that's a wild creature, I suppose. He showed tame because we have been kind to him. So, Rikki Tikki Tavi was a wild creature. is it? But now he is becoming familiar. So seeing that, mother says that he is, since we are very kind to him, so he is becoming familiar with us. He is now tamed. Okay, he is now tamed. He is trained. Okay, now see, all mangoes are like that, said her husband. If Teddy does not pick him up by the tail or try to put him in a case, he'll run in and out of the house all day long. Let's give him something to eat. So then his father told to the mother that all mangoes are like this. All mangoes are like this. Okay, they'll run in and out. That is their nature. That is their habit. That is their instinct. They cannot be in rest. Restlessness is their instinct. Okay. They gave him a little piece of raw meat. Rikki Tikki liked it immensely, and when it was finished, he went out into the veranda and sat in the sunshine and fluffed up his fur to make it right to the roots. Then he felt better. Okay, so they gave him a piece of meat, raw meat, and he liked it immensely. Okay, he was very happy. He was very pleased after getting the piece of raw meat. There are more things to find out about in this house, he said to himself, than all my family could find out in all their lives. I shall certainly stay and find out. So, see, that is also their character of mongoose, okay, running and finding out the things, okay, that they like. That is their passion. You can say their passion. Okay, that is what they do in their entire life. What they do, they run in and around, okay, in and out, and they find out the things. Okay, they like it, they enjoy it. And what Rikki Tikki Tavi says, that there is many things. He used to live in a small burrow. There was nothing in that burrow. Okay. But here in this very big bungalow, there are many things. Okay, so it's looked like a suppose he was in a burrow. Now he's looked like in a great big city. Okay, for him, is it? So, see, if we go to suppose some big city, Mumbai. Now we are staying here. If you go to Mumbai, if you go to some New York and some big city, there will be many things for us to find out. Is it? So, like for this. Rikki Tikki Tavi also, it's a new world, okay, amazing world, and for him there are many things to find out. And what he says, okay, here that much things are there that my entire family, okay, then all my family could find out in all their lives. Okay, I'll find out here that much thing that my entire family could not find out in their whole life. Okay. He spent all the day roaming over the house. He nearly drowned himself in the bathtubs, put his nose into the ink on the writing table. He spent all that day roaming over the house. Okay. He nearly drowned himself in the bathtubs, put his nose into the ink on a writing table, and burned it on the end of the big man's cigar, for they climbed up in the big man's lap to see how writing stand. At nightfall, he ran into Teddy's nursery to watch how kerosene lamps were lighted. And when Teddy went to bed, Rikki Tikki climbed up too, but he was a restless companion because he had to get up and attend to every noise all through the night and find out what made it. Teddy's mother and father came in the last thing to look at their boy, and Rikki Tikki was awake on the pillow. I don't like that, said Teddy's mother. He may bite the child. He'll do such thing, said the father. Teddy's safer with that little beast. Teddy is safer with that little beast than if he had a bloodhound to watch him. if a snake came into the nursery now. So what we have got in this very paragraph, see, it's a longer paragraph. So see, he was creating all this nuisance, okay, all his mischief, okay, he was exploring the things. Who? That Rikki Tikki Tavi. And finally at night he went to sleep with that Teddy, and seeing that Teddy's mother was very worried, okay, Teddy's mother was very worried because Rikki Tikki Tavi is very, and so mother came finally to see how her boy is sleeping, okay. She find that Rikki Tikki Tavi is just not slept, but he was awake, okay, nearby the pillow of Teddy, and Teddy was sleeping. And it's Rikki Tikki Tavi, it's his mongoose nature that they don't sleep at night even for a single sound, a small sound. If occur a single sound, a very light sound also, they'll get up and they'll search, okay, the origin of the sound. For anything they want to know, full of curiosity, they want to know everything, they want to explore everything, okay. So seeing that Teddy's mother was afraid of that maybe this Rikki Tikki Tavi may bite her son. So the father reassured the mother, don't worry, he'll not harm anything, but he'll save your child if a snake comes, because you know Mongos are the enemy of snake, okay. Mongo are the enemy that against a Mongo and snake, a Mongos and snake, they are dead against, okay. They cannot tolerate each other. If a Mongoose find the snake, so surely he will attack the snake, okay. So the father said that is safer with that little beast than if he had a bloodhound to watch him. If he had a bloodhound to watch him, that means Rikki Tikki Tavi is a bloodhound, okay. Rikki Tikki Tavi is a bloodhound. That means he track if any danger comes, so he will smell, he'll get the smell, okay. He has the capacity, he has a strong sense of smell, he'll get the smell of any danger, okay, and he'll track it, he'll find it out. If a snake comes, he'll get the smell and he'll save your son from a snake. Well children, with this I'm going to wind up today. So rest part we'll explore tomorrow, okay. Bye bye.